July 20th, 2022. We're down here at LaBenite Park. It's down over here by Sugar Creek, and we're going to check out the Missouri River here, guys. This is also a kind of cool little park. This is where they also bring their boats down. They can get into the Missouri River. I think the Missouri, I think the speed of it's from about 3 to 9 miles an hour is what I understand. But the depth can range from 20 feet all the way up to down to 200 feet is what I understand too about it. You know, we've often talked about this, is if you had to cross this Missouri River and you didn't have anything in a sense electrical, how would you cross it? Could you cross this? I mean, I'm sure they did, but could you cross it with a kayak or a canoe or something? I'm sure the undertow in certain places is pretty strong out here on this, which is pretty cool. I don't know what they were doing there. It looked like they were unloading some gasoline or something. It's pretty cool. Let's walk down a little ways. Kansas City used to have way back, I think it was in the late 1900s, they had a ferry that actually crossed over here. I think it was stopped around 1930 or something like that here downtown. So I guess they would haul the cars across the river. That was before all the bridges. Because if there was something catastrophic, man, I mean, look at this. This looks like this is probably, what, a quarter mile wide? You think that's a quarter mile wide on that? That's cool. Supposedly, I think it also said something about the Coast Guard. This is kind of governed different, the waterways are. You have to abide by certain rules and stuff being on this. This isn't just like if you're out in the ocean, kind of like. It gets pretty technical. I read a little bit about it one night, but interesting. But certain areas get to kind of govern themselves on the laws and stuff. Some permit fishing and then some won't even. But I can't imagine. walk down just a little ways more. See, the dangers here are more of the debris that flow down the river from different things, and like between the sand and stuff that gets caught on certain areas. They're supposed to have, I don't know, they're supposed to have flags, they said, on the sides of the banks, different color flags to show which side's the deep side, which one's the more of the shallow, how this is supposed to be. Zoom in here a little bit, guys, so you guys can see that. Yeah, it's moving pretty fast. I wonder if anybody's ever tried swimming across there, if anybody could make it across there swimming. 3 to 9 miles an hour, that's pretty strong current. And even if you were in a canoe or a kayak, well, you'd have to be probably pretty versed in it. You'd want to have some experience, definitely. And I would imagine it would probably take you pretty far down the way. I mean, how far would you travel before you got to the other side? Half a mile, maybe? But I mean, if you think of all the bridges here that connect, you know, going across the Missouri here, if there was something disastrous happen, if we did have a major earthquake even, and we lost all these bridges. Now this is an older bridge, but like you take the other ones, like over by where the casinos or like Worlds of Fun and stuff is and stuff. I mean, if those bridges went, it takes a minute to cross those bridges if you're driving across at 65 miles an hour. Can you imagine how much long it would take to rebuild those bridges? And then if there was no power, I don't think that would be even doable. But then what about the people on the other north side here? I mean, I wouldn't want to go north anyway, because I mean, if something disastrous happened, you'd want to probably go further south, west. Depends. I guess who's got the water at least, huh? I don't know. Logs. big old tree. Yeah, look at that, guys. They're pretty good size. Pretty good size. It's like the old termites got into that one. That's what happens. That's why I like that branch that fell over next door a couple of houses down. That's why I couldn't figure out. I mean, I don't know. What would have caused that? A tunnel, definitely. See those rocks out there? You see how that water is moving faster around there? Off to the left side, can you see that? That's why it said no inflatables. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be on an inflatable out there. I don't think that'd be a good idea. Even in a regular metal boat, you want to have probably a fairly good size one, because that can rip right into the metal of the boat. Not good. There's the bridge over there. Now this park's located up here off 291 North. Like if you were coming from say 23rd Street, you'd go up north on 291. This will actually take you, if you go all the way, you can actually get off and go back up to like the casino, like Ameristar or like World's Fun. You can go this way. It's just another way to go, guys. So if you're in here, if you're in Kansas City, you want to check out some of the parks, this might be another park you might want to stop by. It's open, I think, till 10 at night, and I think on the web it says they open at 4 a.m. in the morning. So, interesting stuff. Pretty good. Oh, we're just video for YouTube. I got my own little YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, channel.
That's why you change
To show people here in Kansas City what we have here.
Somebody will come down and fucking cut them down one day.
Really?
I have talked to the police about it. They're down here all the time.
Really?
At Sugar Creek, they don't care. I asked them, they said, Well, you don't know. And I said, you guys down here all the time. I said, look at them great big ones. Somebody come down there and cut them down. I mean, somebody had to say something.
Right.
You know? I said, what are you going to do about it? Nothing.
Yeah, we weren't looking at the trees they cut down. We just figured they might have cut them down so people could see better. But I just
they just cut them down.
Oh, okay.
No, I ain't.
Yeah, we were just talking about, we were just theorizing about things. If something ever did happen, if we ever did have like an earthquake here, could you actually cross over this? I mean, I don't think so. That's what.
On a big old boat, maybe.
Yeah, but if you didn't have no motors, if you didn't have no electricity, if something happened. Yeah, you'd have to have more like a kayak, canoe, and how far down would it take? That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Sometimes that river gets up way over them. You don't even see them rocks.
Yeah, it travels from 3 to 9 miles an hour. It can be varying speed.
Oh, really?
And this actually goes from 20 feet to 200 feet deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
This river?
Yeah. All the way down to New Orleans.
200, that's a long way.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
I'd say 90, maybe 100.
Yeah, 200 feet down.
How you guys do that?
All right, this is some research on it.
But nobody's actually ever mentioned it.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is it. Yeah, like coast, you know, like basically they let certain areas kind of patrol their own areas, but it said that the Coast Guard, yeah, I mean basically that's what I read it from and stuff. So yeah, I'm sure if it come from the Coast Guard, I'm sure that they'd have measured it and they know how deep it is. Yeah.
It's a shame they can't.
See, some of the laws basically stay just like if you were on the seas, like on the ocean. The Missouri River's governed like that. And they let certain areas, you know, like I say.
Go to hell like this.
Well, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't think. We hadn't been down here a long time. Like I say, you know, we thought we'd filmed down here.
Yeah, but
so.
this is pretty bad. You know, I've been coming down here for, I want to say at least 10 years or longer, maybe 15.
Yeah.
But this is the worst that's ever happened.
Huh.
And somebody just come out and, now I had talked to another guy and he said, you want my opinion? I said, well, sure. He says, I think somebody just drove down the river, come up here and cut him slack and cut off on down the river. I don't think they can get
Yeah, I didn't know. I figured maybe they did it themselves so people could see better. Maybe but you know. Yeah. Huh. No, we were just, like I say, we're just making videos. We was at Lake Como yesterday, went out there, checked it out. We'd been out there a long time. Yeah, out there. Hadn't been out there for a long time.
Oh, we haven't either, but we used to go up there a lot.
That one area, you know, up there where their administrative section is, we went, when I was a little kid, I used to, like, go with my parents, just take me out there to fly kites and stuff. Well, they're not even cutting that area no more. They got bales of hay down in that one valley area, you know, off to the left, kind of like where the spillway's at.
Right.
They're not cutting that now. They're just cutting down on the other side, like going down, you know, towards the front. You know, like, I don't know if you ever was out there for those festivals.
We used to go up that big long hill, you know, put it up and down.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah.
We have been out there forever.
So,
We used to have some friends.
okay, well, you take care. Oh, that's interesting. I figured maybe that Parks and Rec had cut it down so people could see better. But I don't know. Yeah, but see, that could cause a lot more problems too. If those logs actually went down, you know, it could cause a lot of problems with them traveling up and down. So you have to be a lot more careful. It could cause a lot more damage.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought they would just leave the branches laying down there into the water.
Yeah, but just trees will rot after so long. It takes about 15 to 20 years for them to completely, like down, when you go down the lake, I can't think of the name of that one area where they flooded it,